How do you stop living your choice for fear? Well, most people would say, well, fear is not a choice. My experience is, I'm born into a body, I have the best meaning parents in the world, but still fear is part of my life. It's part of being here. And am I asking you then to deny fear in this world? No, I'm not. I'm saying that it is a choice. And that is so powerful because we don't really grow up, if we're totally honest, thinking that fear is a choice. We grow up thinking, well, fear's out there and I'm going to try and minimize fear and maximize happiness. I'm going to change the world in some way, I'm going to set up my life in some way to do that. We don't go, okay, fear's a choice and therefore I'm going to make a different choice. And of course, that in itself is really powerful if we just let that sink in. And as you know, I'm the creator of the Miracle Choice game, and the Pocket Edition has 2 quotations that I'd like to read now, and they're from A Course in Miracles. And in the Pocket game, there's 10 quotations in total. And the first one is, it says, if you do not choose to be wholly joyous, your mind cannot have what it does not choose to be. This is one of the choice cards. So if you do not choose to be wholly joyous, your mind cannot have what it does not choose to be. So being wholly joyous, being completely happy, totally peaceful, being at bliss is a choice. And you can't have that if you don't choose it. Well, no one ever told us that either, did they? That happiness is a choice. We keep thinking joy is something that happens to us. So why do we then keep living this choice for fear? And the other quotation is, what you choose is what you think is real. That sounds simple, but what we choose is what we think is real. So if we're choosing to live in a fearful way, we think fear is real. And of course we have plenty of evidence for that. When we think we're this physical body living in this world, there is so much evidence for fear. It would be crazy to deny it. So some part of it thinks that fear is real, and that's why we keep choosing it. But there's another part of us, if we're really quiet for a moment, that realizes that we are completely fear-free. There's a part of our true identity. Our true identity is completely loving. And there's no fear there at all. But we're not aware, of course, most of the time of our true identity. But just imagine for a moment, there's a portal, there's a door, there is a way of accessing our true identity. And there's no fear there. And what would happen, for example, if we could live in this body, in this world, and yet open that door to our true identity that is completely fearless, that's completely loving, that's wholly joyous? What would happen then? Well, I'd say, well, the world is probably going to be much the same. But how do you know? Have you tried it? Have you tried it for very long? We've all tried it, I think. I think we all have opened that door and been our true self. But what would happen if we were able to do that continuously? What would happen if that was our reality and our only reality, to live from that inner connection? Then, of course, we'd perceive the world in a totally different way. And would the world change? Well, let's see. How about doing it? We'll not know until we have that experience. But what's wonderful about this is if we really sit with it quietly, we will realize that we can choose to be wholly joyous, that our true identity and our true reality is completely loving. And there isn't any fear there. Basically, at some point, we're going to have to stop choosing fear. It could be as simple as that. And we can do that if we really let it sink into our reality that we are truly loving, that fear has no place in our true identity. So why not give that a go? Open that portal, open that door, and see what happens. Thank you.